Hello everyone, so recently we had the movie Battleship in the cinema, based on the game of the same name. I say based, you know, it had aliens in it. As a child, I don't remember aliens being in Battleship. Anyway, I didn't see the film, you know, a lot of people said it was a pound of balls. And now, the company that owns all these games and toys, including Battleship and Transformers, want to release some new movies based on some other things that they own, starting with Monopoly, followed by Action Man, and then Hungry Hippos. Action Man I could almost see as a movie because, you know, Action Man is the British version of G.I. Joe, and they've already made a movie about that. You know, they could probably just use the same formula, and it's got a story, it's got characters, it's got villains. You know, Dr. X, I mean, they'll probably make him turn out to be an alien, or I mean, he might be, I don't know, but they just flipping love aliens, don't they? Monopoly, on the other hand, not much of a storyline there. My memories of Monopoly as a child are filled with frustration of just going round and round and round in circles, and my dad winning all the time because he was the banker and he kept taking out personal loans, or stealing, as I like to call it. I mean, there's a potential storyline, you know, a political story about the corruption of the banking system. Or we could have aliens, where the aliens, you know, go around turning everyday objects into, you know, giant intelligent life forms, so you can have humongous top hats and giant irons the size of hotels, just rampaging around the streets of London. The people, just thousands of people losing their homes because of giant dice. Hungry Hippos, though, I mean, again, not much of a storyline to be had there, if I'm honest. All that seems to happen is that you've got hippos that eat balls. Ball-eating hippos is what it's all about. I mean, yeah, the hippos, they're aliens. You could have that. And the balls, they could be, I don't know, planets. So essentially what you've got is a story about giant alien planet-eating hippos. Sorted. So with this news, I've been looking into what other movies Hollywood could be making based on games, starting with Jenga. I think it would be quite like the original Die Hard movie, but instead of having German terrorists, you know, there'll be aliens. And they'll have all the hostages in the top of a building, and every hour that their demands are not met, you know, they'll very carefully remove one floor of the building and then stick it on the top for some reason. Of course, the movie would end with somebody just accidentally sneezing and the building falling over. And everybody like, oh, Dave, whoa, what are you doing? Oh, and he'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I just couldn't hold it in. The game Operation. So the story there would be that all of the staff in a hospital gets abducted by aliens, of course, leaving humans who have absolutely no idea what they're doing to perform surgery. And every time they balls it up, the patient's nose will glow red, which will be like an alien transmitter or something. The game Twister. Now they're going to have a problem with that one from the get-go, because there is already a movie called Twister, which is, you know, about very fast wind. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to call it Twister, the game, the movie. So the storyline here would be that an alien spaceship has crash-landed on planet Earth and is about to self-destruct. So a group of elite army guys have got to go in and disarm it. But shock horror, you know, the only way to disarm it is by pressing a series of coloured buttons on a floor in a specific order. Now, that wouldn't be a problem for the aliens because they've got 12 arms. But as humans, we're going to have to work together to save the world, and inevitably have our face pushed into our best friend's arse. In other board game news, the company that's making all these movies is making a new board game. Now, you all know Scrabble. I mean, if you don't, you know, it will be a movie one day, you know, where aliens learn the English language one word at a time. So anyway, they turned Scrabble into a popular Facebook/smartphone game called Words with Friends, which lots and lots of people played, and now they're turning Words with Friends into a board game, which will be just like Scrabble. My guess for doing this, Words with Friends, the movie. Terry, as a friend, I just wanted to have a word. Oh, you're an alien. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to check out my previous videos, I'll stick them up in the top corners. If you've got any ideas about what you'd like to see as a movie based on a board game, or as maybe your favourite childhood toy, leave us an idea of what the storyline could entail down in the comments below. And until next time, well, yeah, I'll see you next time. Have you noticed how awkward it is saying goodbye on these things? I just make it weird, really weird.